You think married women are off limits? That once a woman says, I do, she's untouchable? That a ring on her finger protects her from temptation? You couldn't be more wrong. Because the truth is, married women are the easiest prey. And it's not just about cheating. It's about loneliness, neglect, and a silent desperation that no one talks about. Most people assume marriage is a fortress, that once a woman is committed, she's locked in, emotionally fulfilled, and safe from outside attention. But what if I told you that the very thing meant to protect her is what makes her most vulnerable? This isn't a story about bad people making bad decisions. This is about human nature. And by the end of this, you'll see why this happens every single day, whether you realize it or not. The slow burn of neglect. A woman gets married. In the beginning, everything is perfect. Passion, excitement, the thrill of being wanted. But over time, something shifts. Not all at once, not overnight, but slowly. Like a fire that burns a little less each day, until one day, there's nothing left but ashes. The compliments stop, the affection fades. The deep conversations turn into small talk, or worse, silence. She wakes up next to the man she once felt everything for. But now, she feels like a stranger in her own home. She tells herself this is normal, that this is just what happens after years together. But deep inside, she feels invisible. And this is where the danger begins, because a woman who feels invisible doesn't look for attention. But when she gets it, she notices. And it always starts with something small. A smile from a stranger, a casual conversation with a coworker, a compliment from someone who sees her in a way she hasn't felt in years. And suddenly, something wakes up inside her. Not because she's looking for an affair, not because she wants to betray her vows, but because, for the first time in a long time, she feels alive. The illusion of innocence. At first, she tells herself it's nothing. He's just being nice. It's harmless. I love my husband. I'd never cross the line. But here's what she doesn't realize. Temptation doesn't shout. It doesn't come with warning signs, screaming danger, affair ahead. It whispers. It starts with a text that makes her smile, a joke that lingers in her mind, a message she reads twice before replying. And she tells herself she's still in control. But slowly something shifts. She starts looking forward to his messages. She starts thinking about him. She starts checking her phone, hoping to see his name. And by the time she realizes what's happening, she's already crossed a line she never thought she would. The men who know exactly what they're doing. Now here's the part most people don't want to talk about. Some men hunt for married women. Not by accident, not by coincidence, on purpose. And do you know why? Because they know something most men don't. A married woman isn't harder to get. She's actually easier. She's not expecting it. She's not guarding herself like a single woman would. She feels safe because she believes she's off the market. But that false sense of security, that's what makes her the perfect target. And these men, they don't rush, they don't push, they don't come on too strong. They plant the seed. They make her feel seen. They create a space where she can breathe again. And when the moment comes, when she's at her weakest, she falls. Not because she's a bad person, not because she wanted to, not because she planned it, but because it was never about loyalty. It was about emotional starvation. And when someone is starving, they'll take the first meal that's offered. Why this happens more than you think. You might be thinking, this only happens in bad marriages. This is rare. This could never happen to someone I know. But let me tell you something. This happens every single day. Not because women are unfaithful, not because they're looking for it, but because they're human. Because love is not the same as being seen. Because loyalty is not the same as feeling wanted. A woman can love her husband with all her heart and still feel completely alone. And when that loneliness goes on for too long, she doesn't go looking for an affair. The affair finds her. And that's why this is so dangerous, because it doesn't start with lust. It starts with a conversation, a connection, a feeling she thought was long gone. The harsh reality no one talks about. Most people assume that cheating is about sex, that it's about someone being reckless, selfish, or morally weak. But the truth? Most affairs don't start in bedrooms. They start in conversations, in unmet emotional needs, in a void that was left unfilled for too long. And here's the most painful part. Many women who cross the line never wanted to. They never thought they would. But temptation isn't about willpower. It's about timing. And when the wrong person comes along at the right moment, even the most faithful person can fall. The question you need to ask yourself. So before you judge, before you assume this could never happen to someone you know, ask yourself this. If love and loyalty were enough to stop temptation, then why does this keep happening?